So my wife was hearing a clunking sound when the dryer was going around, and I'm going to show how I put it back together because I forgot how to show you guys how to take it apart. But you can see, do the reverse to take it apart. I found this little zipper thing along this lip right here, and I pulled it out, and you'll see how I put everything back together in a moment here. While I had it apart, I went ahead and unscrewed the lint trap. It just goes in with a couple screws right here and here. There's the screws right there. And I vacuumed out that, and did a little vacuuming job in there and in there. While I was at it, I ran the vacuum inside the burner too. And we'll start putting it back together. So you can see this here is the door. And I'm going to start by putting this back on here. Well, just goes on by a couple of screws. One there, and I lost one of the screws a while ago, so you can see these are different sizes. I just found a different one in the junk screws and put them on there. I'm going to go ahead and screw them in, and I'll be right back. Alright, got the two screws screwed in. You'll see down here at the bottom, the only thing holding the thing in, the door in, is these little tabs here. So you're just going to rest that and that in those for beginners to begin with. I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead and rested the dryer door and those two little silver tabs I was talking about, and I'll show you what happens next. So the drum is pretty light, but you'll see it doesn't quite line up here, so you just kind of lift it up until everything slides in, and you'll see there's a couple of tabs here, right here and here, a couple tabs inside here, there, and there that pop into place. So now we've got it set. There's the only thing holding it together, a couple of small screws. Here's one, and that one goes in this hole right here, if you can see that. And there's another one that goes in right above the other tab over here. And we'll go ahead and get those screwed in. Okay, I got the two little screws screwed in. You can see one right there, and the other one's right there. Surprising that this whole thing is held on by just some tabs, some little click-on tabs, and a couple of screws. Now you'll see that there's these two tabs here and here, and that's essentially what's holding the top of the lid on. Now I've gone ahead and previous repairs tied a little rope to the ceiling here, so I just tuck it out of the way when I need to, and that holds up the lid for me. I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and load the lid down right now. It's held on by a couple tabs in the back there, you can see. Oops, I forgot a step. So there is this male-female connector electrical that you want to disconnect before you pull the door off. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug those back in, and then usually run like a twisty tie through this hole just to hold it up out of the way. And we'll go ahead and get that connected, and then I'll be right back. So I went ahead and just connected the male-female, and then did one of these little zipper ties. But I mean, you could technically use like a twisty tie or something reusable. I use one of these zipper ties, which is probably not totally necessary, but I want to keep that stuff out of the way just in case. And now we'll go ahead and lower the lid down. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this little rope here. And these tabs, they take a little finagling, so you just kind of lift up and pull. Since I only have one hand, I'm going to press pause, and you'll see when I just go ahead and let it down. A moment here. Alright, I've lowered it down. I had mentioned it's not fully attached yet, so the only thing holding the lid on technically are these two right here. It just snaps in place, and you'll see I've marked a little tiny X right in the center of each one of these. And what you do when you want to lift it, when you want to take it out, is just like I got a paint scraper here. I'll put it right above the X. And you press, and that releases the little tab. You can see here, that releases that little tab, but since we're putting it back together, we're going to snap it down. Alright, but yeah, you just press in and that kind of puts pressure on that little triangle, and then this, you can pop this up and do the same over here, and I marked them just because I get sick of looking for them the next time. And then last but not least, go ahead and plug it in, which like I said, you just want to do everything opposite if you're going to be taking it apart. So the very first thing I did was unplug for safety's sake, right? And I know this plug is upside down. That's how it was when we bought the house, whatever. Alrighty. Then we'll go ahead and fire it up and see if that clanging is gone. I don't know if you can hear that, but very smooth operation. No more clanging. And it's surprising that a tiny little zipper stuck in the rim of the drum can make that much noise. I mean, it was loud. It was bang, bang, bang. But there you have it, folks. That's how to clean the rim of the drum. I'll go ahead and have a good day, everybody.